hours. If there are questions, that will be able to cover a lot and at least add value to what you already know about QuickBooks and be able to answer questions and help you out if you're looking for any questions or you have specific questions as far as QuickBooks is online is concerned. Um, as I said, our company is Robotic Solutions Limited. We've been in the QuickBook business for the last 12 years. We started off with QuickBooks Desktop, and now that they are slowly moving on to online, we have been able to embrace it and be able to offer value, migrate, and make sure that either whether you're coming from a point of view of being a brand new QuickBooks user or you are migrating from desktop to online, we make sure that we cover that gap. We'll try and make sure that we cover as much as we can within this period of the free training. And I have also opened a chat on the side that will help you answer any questions you may have. So if you have a specific question, you can go ahead and type it on the chat and we'll see it. And our trainer will address any questions you may have. Our trainer today is Marianne, and she will be taking over in a few minutes, and she will go over each and every part that we feel are the pain points and what we've experienced over the last 12 years of being QuickBooks resellers and the last 6 years of being QuickBooks Online resellers. So she will go over those pain points. But if you have any specific questions, again, feel free to put it on the chat and we'll address it as we go. I see we have a number of people online with us today. So I would quickly request one to do a brief, quick introduction of their name and maybe what they're looking for from this session. This will be a good way of us starting off the meeting. So anyone that wants to volunteer to be the first one, just a quick name, maybe the position and what you're looking for from this meeting. Okay, I'll start off with Carla. Carla, hi. It looks like Carla may be on mute. Barak Rashid, good morning. Barak, can you hear us? It looks like Barak is off also on mute. Simon, good morning. Good morning, Simon. Okay, Carla says she's in the office and cannot speak, so welcome and just listen in. Stephen?
Good
Simon
morning.
is there. Go ahead.
I'm Simon Mwangi, and I'm glad to be here. I'm an accountant at Progressive School, Italy. So I'm here to learn something about QuickBooks and how I can add up something onto my work. Thank you very much.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Simon. Karibu sana. Stephen?
Hi, how are you?
Doing very well. Thank you, Stephen.
School, looking to see how we can use QuickBooks in our accounting. Currently have an ERP system, but it doesn't have the accounting side set up, so we can only receive. So we are looking to see how we can really have the receiving and the expense side all in one. And we want to see how QuickBooks can help us. So I'm together with Simon. So we are from the same institution. So we are listening.
Okay, perfect. All right, without further ado, we'll go ahead and hand over the training session to Miriam. Miriam, karibu, and you can take over.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name is Miriam, and I'll be taking you through the training today. So, John has already given a brief introduction of what we will be doing. So I'll just start off with introducing what QuickBooks Online is and how it will help you in your business, and the advantage that you will have while using QuickBooks Online over the maybe desktop version. So the first advantage why you need to use QuickBooks Online is that it will enable you access you will have access from anywhere on any device. So that is one of the advantages. Also, it makes collaboration easy because it can allow several users to log in at the same time, and also you will always have updates ready. You do not have to do any upgrades to use QuickBooks Online. So to start off, we have three main versions of QuickBooks Online. We have QuickBooks Online Essentials that allows you to have 3 users log in at the same time. Then we have QuickBooks Online Plus that allows you to have 5 users log in at the same time. And then we have QuickBooks Online Advanced that allows you to have up to 25 users. So if you choose to use QuickBooks Online Essential 3 users, it's a good package, but if you have stock or if you need to use classes or you need budgets, it's not ideal for you. You will need to go for QuickBooks Online Plus, which is the one that is commonly used. So QuickBooks, I can also mention the cost maybe for QuickBooks Online Essentials. That one goes for 4,400 per month. Then the one that is commonly used is QuickBooks Online Plus that goes for 5,600 per month. And this one allows you to have up to 5 users log in at the same time. With this one, if you have stock, you can use it. If you need to use classes, you can use it. If you need to create purchase orders or budgets, you can use it. Then now, if you have more users, you can go for the advanced version. You can go for QuickBooks Online Advanced 25 users. That goes for 14,400 per month. And then I will also mention. So there are people that are using QuickBooks Online Desktop that would like to migrate to QuickBooks Online version. That is also possible. The migration can be done. So but it will depend on how old the data is. If your data is older than 2 years, there is a charge. But if your data is not older than 2 years, then the migration can be done for free, and you can just start using QuickBooks with this. So to start off, I hope everybody can see my screen. Somebody confirm that you can see my screen.
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you. So when you log into QuickBooks Online, this is what you will see. So to log in, you'll need to have an email address and And we will need to set a company up. We'll need the name of the company, an email address, and 2 names. So once you log in, this is the screen that you'll see from your end. So, well, if you click on the plus icon here, you will see what you can do. You can create invoices, you can receive payments, you can run statements, you can create credit notes, sell receipts. On the suppliers, you can create expenses, you can create bills, purchase orders. You will see everything that you can do once you click on the new icon. Maybe I can start off by showing you how you can create an estimate from QuickBooks Online. That's a quotation. So you will go to new, click on estimates. Waiting for this to load. So once you, this is a sample company, so I don't have so much data in this. So once you click on estimate, you can create a new customer if you have not already created the customer, or you can just add a new one, or you can just click on an existing customer. So for us, I think we need to create new. Let me just show you how to create a new account. Just give me a moment. So when you are using QuickBooks Online, you can create a quotation, and from the quotation, you can convert it into an invoice. And normally, if you do progressive invoicing, it's also possible. By progressive invoicing, I mean, if you need to invoice a customer in projects, that is also very possible with QuickBooks Online. So I'll just show you how to do it in a moment. So to create an invoice, so we'll first create a quotation, and then from the quotation, we'll convert it into an invoice. Then I'll show you how to do it if you have, if you need to do progressive invoicing. So you go to new, you click on estimate. So from estimate, you can choose you can create a new customer, or you can add an existing customer. So first of all, I'll create a new one, and then I'll show you with one of the older ones that I've created. So when you click on new, it will take you to this page here where you enter the name of the customer. You can enter the email address, you can enter the phone number, or any other details that you need. So once you enter these details, when you create a quotation, it will be easy to just send to the client directly without having to download and attach on email. So for example, here I can create a quotation and send it to, say, Benson. Then I can enter his email address. So on the quotation, you will need to enter the quotation date. And also, this one is automatic, but you can always change. And then if there is an expiration date for the quotation, you will change the date here, or you enter the date here. And then the service date for the quotation. So we can say this one is for, today is 19th. So 19th of June, and then you enter the product or service that you are selling. And then you can enter a description and the price. So, and then on the taxes, if it's a taxable company, if you will choose what you want. Maybe you can say it's exempted, it's 16% VAT. You can also say if this amount is inclusive or not inclusive of VAT. So you choose what you want over here. So let me just so for this one, we can just say it's out of scope of tax, but from your end, you will choose what you want depending, and then you can save and close if you don't intend it to send it directly to your customer, or you can save and send. So if you save and send, there will be a text here. This one you can always edit. So, dear Benson, please find your estimate details here. Feel free to contact us if you have any questions. So this one you can always edit, or you can just use it as it is and send it out, and then send and new. So your client will receive the quotation as it is. So once you create that quotation, it's also possible to convert it to an invoice. So you just come here, you just open the quotation again, and then click here on create invoice. I hope everybody can see create invoice. So now if you're doing progressive invoicing, you can choose how you want the invoice to be. It can be 50% on each line. It can be the total estimate line. So it can be a custom amount for each line. So whichever you choose, you just click. So for example, we can choose that you need to do a progressive invoice. So you need your client to first pay 50% and then they'll pay the other 50% later. So you just click on 50% and then create invoice. Let's see how it is. So you see, when you create the invoice, you will see that the total amount on the quotation was 3,000, but because you want your client to first pay 50% of the amount, they'll pay 1,500, and then during the next time when you're invoicing them, you will indicate how you want the quotation to be. So if you want them to pay in full, you don't have to do the progressive thing. You don't have to click on that tab. So I think that's it for the invoice. For creating of quotations and invoicing. So the version that I'm currently using is QuickBooks Online Plus. So with this version, you see that you have budgets, you have projects, you have budgets, you have classes. Let me show you the classes and budgets. So with this one, you have inventory. You have projects, you can see projects over here, and you also have classes. If you go for the advanced, for the essentials version, you will not be able to have these features. But with this one, you can easily access those features. So I think the next thing that we can look at are we can see how to create expenses on this version. So I'll show you how to create invoice to create expenses. If you need the expenses to be recurring, or if you need your bills to be recurring, maybe there are bills that you pay every month, you can set that up. It's also possible. So let's see how we can set one as a recurring expense or a recurring bill. So for the one that we just did on progressive invoicing, maybe when you get your own free trial and you try to do it and you're not able to, you need to go to if you're not able to create a progressive invoice, you need to go to settings and turn it on. But I'll show you a little bit later on how to turn on the progressive invoicing on the settings, and also how to turn on classes, because it's not usually automatic. So if you also need to maybe do a quotation or an invoice in a different currency, you also need to turn it on. Normally, when you get the account, it will be set with the home currency being Kenya shillings, but you can always enter another currency. If maybe you're using dollars or whichever currency you're using, you can turn on multi-currency from your end, from the settings icon. So for now, we can try and enter an expense and see if so when you click on expenses, you will have this you will have this slot. So you will need to enter who you're paying. Maybe you can say you're paying a supplier called Mary, and then from your chart of accounts, you'll have set maybe the account that you need to pay that from, and then you will enter the category and the description. So for example, this one is for office, an office expense. And the description of the expense is office tea, 500 shillings. So the total amount, and then you can just close. You just save and close this. Or if you need to send it, you can save and send. So you will come here and choose the option that you need, or you just need to save and create a new one. You will come here and click on save, and so for us, we'll just click on save and close. So in case you need to make this expense recurring, you'll need to go to settings. And from here, you can create all the recurring transactions that you want. Maybe you have a recurring bill, you have a recurring expense. You will come here and create whichever recurring transaction that you need. So from here, you will also be able to see any other thing that you want to create. If you want to create a receipt, if you want to create an invoice, if you want to create a new customer, if you are having stock and you want to add a product and service, you'll just come here and add anything that you want. Or if you want to do quantity adjustments, this is where you come. So I think from here, we can move on to the next step, which is, so also if you have projects, you can also create projects if you have them. So for projects, that is if you want to track income or costs on different projects and you want to see how that is going on independently, you can also create projects. So this one, as I mentioned, this one is only possible on the plus version or the advanced version. If you're on the essentials version, this one is not possible. So you will come to settings, then go to account and settings. Then from account and settings, there's so much you can do. If you need to edit anything on your QuickBooks, this is where you come. And also if you want to turn on a lot of things, if you want to turn on the multi-currency, if you want to turn on your classes, this is where you come, because it doesn't come automatically turned on QuickBooks. So for example, for projects, you'll need to come to accounting settings, and then you go to advanced settings. And from this page, for example, on classes, on my end, it's turned off. So if you need to turn classes on your end, you will come here. If you need to enable account numbers on your end, this is where you come. If you need to change the accounting periods for your accounts, this is where you also come. So there's so much you can do on the settings page. If you need to turn on multi-currency, so for example, on my end, my home currency is Kenya shillings, but if you want to edit that and have multi-currency on, you can turn it on. You just come to this icon here and change and turn on multi-currency. We can just turn it on. It's off, so you just come to this icon. So if I also forgot to mention something on QuickBooks Online. So right now there's a usage limit. When you come to QuickBooks Online, you will see there's a usage limit of 5 users. Initially, you could have more, especially standard users. But right now you need to have 5, and you also need to have up to 250 charts of accounts. So that is something that you also need to note. So in case you intend to create more than 250 charts of accounts, even if you have 5 users, you'll need to go for a more advanced version. So when we came here, we were looking for projects, and I see it's already on my end. So I don't need to turn it on again. And multi-currency did not turn on. Let's see. So as we wait for this to turn on, I would also want to mention, oh, okay, here it is. So maybe we can first finish with the accountant settings before we can turn on anything else. So first of all, when you sign up for setup, you can send us the name of the company, and maybe when you log in, you realize that it's not what you wanted it to be. When you come to the accountant settings page, you can always edit that. You can edit the name of the company. You can add the legal name. You can add a PIN number, whatever you would want to add. on your company, this is where you come. If you have any company information that you need to add, if you need to add your company email address, you just come here and edit everything. You can enter your company website, your company phone number. And if you also want to check your usage limit so that you do not exceed the required usage by QuickBooks, you can come here. So for example, on this account, I'm the only user, so it's I'm on the right track. If you have, you need to also check the charts of accounts that you have. So when you normally QuickBooks come with inbuilt charts of accounts, but you always have an allowance to add more. So I have 73. So I still have more to get to 250, and they clearly tell you that your limit plan is 250. So if you go above this, they'll ask you to maybe go for a different plan, which is the advanced version. So you have to ensure that you are on the limit of 250. And then when you come to this other page, you're able to turn on, maybe for what we did on progressive invoicing, this is where you come and turn it on. And if you don't need it, you just come here and turn it off. If you need to enter messages that come with on the sales form, if there's one that comes with as a default message when you get QuickBooks, but if you want to edit that, this is where you come. If you want to have reminders on your invoices, then this is where you come to. If you want to turn it on, this is where you come. If you want to have to show the aging tables at the bottom of your statements, this way you also come and edit everything that you need. So on account and settings, this way you are able to make most of the changes that you want on your QuickBooks. So we also have on QuickBooks Online Plus, you're also able to create purchase orders. So if you don't need purchase orders, you can always turn it off, or you can go for a different version. But if you need to use them, this way you come and turn it on. And then if you also need to do more advanced settings, like turning classes on, turning locations on, because there are people that track classes and locations. This way you come. You can turn it on or you can turn it off. So for my case, I do not need that, so it's off. But if you need to use classes, you can always turn it on. So if you also need to change the date format that your QuickBooks comes in, you can always come here to settings, advanced settings, and then other preferences, and you can always change the date formats. You can change the currency format. You can also ask QuickBooks to always warn you if you have a duplicate check number, or if you enter a number that has already been used by a different supplier, you can always come here and turn that on. So also if there is a duplicate on the journal number used up, you can always come here and turn it on. So also if you are inactive for long without using the QuickBooks screen, normally it logs you out. You can always extend how long you want to be active on QuickBooks. So for me, if I'm not online for more than 1 hour, I'll automatically be logged out. But you can always change this to 2 hours, 3 hours, or whichever period you want to be offline. So I also mentioned that for QuickBooks Online, on the it comes with a default what we call a default invoice. So with the default invoice, you can always change. Let me show you how to edit an invoice. if you don't like the format that is there, or if you want to add more things on the invoices, like maybe you want to add your account details, or you want to add the terms of payment on your invoice, that does not come with the default invoice on QuickBooks. So you can always change that. So you just come to settings, then go to custom form styles. Then from custom form styles, you can edit. So there's usually this default invoice that comes with the software, but you can change that. So you can change the design if you want. You can change the content. So the content that is here is where the person you're billing, the PIN number of the company, those ones you can keep, but you can just change to your company PIN. And then if you need to change any other content, like maybe add the account details or the terms of payment, this is where you come to. So if you also want to change the content that usually is on the, when you send the quotation or an invoice directly from QuickBooks, there's usually a message that is on the invoice. If you want to change that, you can customize your own message and come to account and settings, custom chat form styles, and then you can change that message and save. So you don't have to be doing this every time you create an invoice. Once you save, the changes that you make here, automatically when you create an invoice, the changes will be on your invoice. So that's I think that's it when on invoicing. So I'll just exit without saving because I've not made any changes. So I wanted to show you how to create projects in case you want to use projects. If you want to track maybe income or costs on different projects, you just come to your right here, to your left, sorry, and under employees, there's projects. So you can create your own, you can create a project. So if it's already, it's not here. So you come here to new project. So QuickBooks will ask you what the name of the project is. So maybe you want to track a project like office build up. So QuickBooks will ask you what the project is. It will ask you the name of the customer. So who the project is for, so you can add new, or you can add a new customer, or you can make the project under an existing customer. You can enter an email address. You can enter the start date and the end date so that you're able to track correctly. And then you can also enter the project status. So once you click here and you come to this page, you'll be finding all the projects that you want to track independently. So for example, I had already created one project for office build up. So when I come to this page and I click on the projects that I create, I'll be seeing the total income versus the costs and every other comparison that I want to do on those projects. So this is a feature that you only find on QuickBooks Online Plus and QuickBooks Online Advanced. It's not there on the Essentials version. So classes also, you do the same thing, but it's also a feature that is on QuickBooks Online Plus that is not on QuickBooks Essentials. So if you want to do reconciliation, you are also able to do it easily because you just come to the accountant tools and then you do your reconciliation. your bank reconciliations and everything. So if you need to create journal entries, it's also very possible. You just come to Quick Links and enter your journal entries. If you need to add more charts of accounts, you can do that. And also, if you want to run reports, you are able to see the reports that you can get from QuickBooks. You can get the profit and loss reports, you can get your trial balances. So every report that you want to come here, you want to get, you will find them under reports. So when you come to reports, you will search for whichever report you want to get once. So for me, if I run a report here, I might not be able to see much because I've not entered so much on this account, but this is where you come to. If you want to see reports, you're able to see your balance sheet, you're able to see your profit and loss report, you're able to see any summary report that you want to see, whether by month, by customer, by detail, however you want to see the report, you'll see it here. So if you have created classes and you also want to see your report by class, you will also be able to come here to the reports and see and run a report to see how each maybe project, how each class, you'll be able to run a report by class, basically. So I would want to ask if there is somebody that has a question, or if you have a question, you can put it in the chat.
Hi, Marianne. We had a question from Steven, and he wanted to know whether one can do bulk invoicing to various clients, which I think that is possible, right? Marianne, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So you would want to know how you can do bulk invoicing?
Yeah, batch invoicing.
Batch invoicing. For QuickBooks Online Plus, you need to create an invoice per customer. Or do you mean batch invoicing?
Yes.
For QuickBooks Online, you are able to create an invoice per customer, but you're not able to do batch invoices.
Thank you. I don't see any other questions on the chat. I think you can proceed to the next part.
Okay, so if we do not have any more questions, so there's somebody that had mentioned that they're using a different software. Simon? Simon, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can get you.
Okay, so I wanted to find out if you're using the desktop version or which other software you're using.
We are not using a desktop version. We are using an online version, but it's another accounting software.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted to mention that in case you're using a desktop version, you can also migrate to QuickBooks Online. The only difference is that the QuickBooks Online has a monthly subscription, which is not there on the desktop version, but the features are the same. So on the next part, I'll just want to finish up because we don't have any more questions. But in case you
Marianne,
have
maybe I
Okay.
see Grace has joined from UNESCO, and maybe she has maybe a different needs, especially for the NGOs. Grace, did you have any specific question as far as QuickBooks Online in terms of managing NGO needs is concerned?
Hi everyone. So I think it was quite thorough because the biggest need is being able to separate projects and finances, the aspect of multi-currency. Though I didn't see, like, I think I wanted her to perhaps maybe go through that step again to activate the multi-currency card, the multi-currency. But I think a number of the needs have been addressed. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, Marianne, if you can go over the multi-currency part again quickly.
Okay. So once you log into QuickBooks, you will go to account and settings. And then you will go to advanced settings. And then from advanced settings, you will scroll down to multi-currency. Just a moment. So here we have currency. So if your home currency is not Kenya shillings, you will come here and edit what you want your home currency to be. So when you run your reports, you will be finding that your reports are in the currency that you set as your home currency. When you're also maybe creating a customer, you will need to always choose if the customer, so maybe if you're creating an invoice, you have to indicate if the customer is using a different currency. So I think when you're creating a customer, there's an option to choose the currency that you want to invoice the client in. So when you come to currency, click on this pencil icon. And then if it's off, you need to turn it on. I don't know why I can't turn it on my end right now. Let me see. So a moment as we wait for it to load.
Can I ask a question as it's loading?
Yes.
Okay, for example, I have a place where I'm capturing expenses like petty cash system.
Yes.
And for example, I can download a CSV file or an Excel with a summary of the transaction. Is it possible to upload it now to QuickBooks?
Yes, you can upload. It's possible to upload it, but yeah, it has to be a CSV. You can have it on Excel. It's possible to upload.
Okay, maybe once we finish with this one, you can just show where to do that.
Okay.
I'll appreciate.
So I am having a challenge turning on multi-currency. There must be an issue with QuickBooks, but basically this is where you come. Maybe Grace will reach out to you. You come to a currency and you turn it on from here. So, and then you click on save, but I'll do it and send it to you, but this is how you do it. I think there must be an issue from the QuickBooks end, but I'll contact support and see how we can resolve this.
Marianne, I'm also interested to see how you can upload those CSV. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, for Simon, as far as uploading the data to from any other system or actually from an Excel spreadsheet, that would need to be done from the lists. The list, once you go to the list, you will choose what you want to upload. As long as the headers of your Excel spreadsheet match the requirements. I think Marianne is going to the list. It's not under chart of accounts. Yeah, but the list, the portion of the list should allow us to upload an Excel spreadsheet of an existing data that you have in Excel or CSV to QuickBooks account. And since this may be a little bit out of scope, Marianne will grab your details and then she can do one-on-one with you. Maybe you can schedule a time and then she'll walk you through how to upload data that you already have in a CSV to QuickBooks Online. Since it's a little bit technical, because you have to ensure that all your headers and columns, especially the headers, that match with what QuickBooks looks for. I hope that is okay with you. And since she has your details, she'll drop you a note. So Marianne, was there another question from Grace? Marianne?
So Grace also wanted to know how to upload. I think I'll reach out to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, for those two, we'll reach out to you with, for Grace and Simon, we'll reach out to you with a walkthrough on how to do the uploading and how to make sure that your Excel spreadsheet conforms with what QuickBook takes. Because if the headers are missing or if they have a problem, then it will not upload. So do we have any other questions or any other thing that you'd want us to follow up with you, especially if you have a specific need that like the one that came up? We also have other questions where people ask, can I migrate from XYZ to QuickBooks Online? Yes, you can. Again, I'm sure Marianne has mentioned about how old the data should be so that they can move from whatever system you're using to QuickBooks Online. And also there is also seamless integration and movement from QuickBooks Desktop to QuickBooks Online. So if you have any other specific questions, we also have our phone number and our WhatsApp and our email address. We definitely we can address those on one-on-one, especially where you have custom needs, you have custom settings. We can be able to work with you and make sure that it brings in the benefit you're looking for, because we believe each organization has unique needs. So while this is a very high overview, there's always a chance and an opportunity for us to sit down with you and answer very specific questions. So Marianne, if you can go ahead and wrap up if there are no more questions.
Okay, so if there are no more questions, I'll just finish this up. So from here, we are offering a free trial for QuickBooks Online, so for 1 month. So if you would like to get a free trial and just try and use QuickBooks for 1 month for free and work around and see if it's software you would want to maybe use in the future, you'll just drop us your details. We will send you some forms that you can sign up, and we'll set you for a free trial for 1 month. Then if you will want to use it after 1 month, and we can have a communication from there on how we will proceed. But for now, we'll send you the sign up forms and we'll give you 30 days free trial. And I think that's it from my end. Thank you so much for joining our meeting. So for the specific questions, be sure that I'll reach out to you.
Right. All right. If you have no more questions, thank you very much for attending today's session. And as Marianne has mentioned, we will follow up with you on the very same email address you provided to give you a link if you're interested in the free 30 days. On top of the 30 days, we offer free migration for the next for the 2 years worth of data. And we also do training, we do support, we ensure that we hold your hand as if you're new to QuickBooks Online. And all our sort of support and questions over the phone are always free. We don't charge anything. So go ahead and send you that link. And if you're interested, you provide the details and we'll set you up with QuickBooks Online, and we can go from there. So thank you everyone for showing up, and we look forward to more of this. If you have your colleagues that you would want to join future trainings, we are doing them every month. So we'll have one in July and we'll let you know. So thank you, everyone, and have a great day. And we look forward to more communication. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.